Welcome to the channel. My name's James, and today we're going to be making a beat using Koala sampler and a couple of samples that I've grabbed from this record here. The Past is Prologue. Specifically, we'll be grabbing a couple of samples from side 1 of record A. The first sample that we'll be working with is going to be one of those little transition sort of sections between songs or between tracks. And then there's also going to be some vocals that we'll be playing around with as well from cricket legend Don Bradman. So I've already gone ahead and grabbed the samples. So a nice crackly vinyl piano. First thing I want to do is go ahead to the mix. I'm going to put this on bus C. I'm then going to filter out probably from about 140, do a bit of a mid-range cut as well, maybe around 500. I'm also going to do a cut probably at about 12K. That just cleans the sample up a little bit. And then we're going to go and adjust the pitch. I like -3 semitones. And then we're going to go ahead and start chopping things up. Now we got our chops together. Let's see. Is there any more editing to do? Actually, yes. So I want to select them all. I want to go to loop and ping pong. Cool. So just playing around there as well, I'm starting to get a bit of a rhythm kind of going in my head. Let's get that. I like that. I'm just going to chuck that over, and then some variation on that I think will be nice. I then want to drag this on top of there. I want to go to add to end, and then that's our intro sequence. I do want to add that little bit right at the end to then transition into kind of the main beat section. So I think that probably just goes on its own sequence. Cool. And then you can even hear kind of the magic of the looping, the reverse looping right at the end there as well, where the sample starts going back on itself. Cool. All right. And then from there, something like that. And I can even go back to some of those original, like the cuts from the intro as well, just to add some variation. So that's going to be on the next sequence on a 4-bar loop. So just going through and making slight adjustments in the MIDI roll here of the performance. Nothing too big, just sort of tidying up some of the chops. And now I want to definitely put a beat into it. You know what? For today, I might go one-shots. Let's actually go shaker, see what's in shaker. Kind of like this weird little effect. Something different. I do like these nice tom samples where they've used brushes. I might play around with them. They're pretty cool. Let's have a look at some kicks. Go 22 for the kick. Snares. 25 is pretty nice. Nice and fat. Go 25. Got some hats. So just adjusting the kick drum. I don't mind this snare being a little bit late, but at the moment it's like a little bit too late. That's pretty nice. And then just shortening these tom hits. They definitely don't have to be as long as they are. Start putting these in buses. I'm going to put the kick on its own bus. Okay, cool. Just going to do a little bit of sort of pre-EQing or pre-sample manipulation. I've been really liking using this clipper, particularly with kick drums. Just adds that little extra sort of aggressiveness. It's going to come in here to the piano. A little bit of delay. And then just a little bit of EQ. Yeah. Now that's quantized it in, which is not what I want. Yeah, there we go. The next thing up is going to be a bass, the Koala, which I haven't really used, but it could be interesting. That's kind of cool. I also really like this option here, the velocity. I think a really great tool to have so that you can get some natural human kind of playing. You know, it's quite subtle. That's cool. I'm then going to go to the side chain, which is going to be bus A, the kick. That's pretty good. I'm then going to go and put the bit cooker on at 20% on the mix. Just want to go compressor, a pretty high ratio, more like limiting. I want this to be fast attack, fast release. Something like that. The question is, do I want to have any in this intro section? Super simple, and that's all it needs to be. Go in and clean that up a little bit. And I also have to think about what I want to do with the buses. So I've got the buses as is. I can send the vocals just directly to the main. I could send them to bus C as well, or I could start consolidating. I think I might just send them straight to the main. So first thing I want to do is go to the mix.
Somebody has just asked me how one makes a cricket record. And frankly, I cannot answer this question.
Just clean it up a bit.
Somebody has just asked.
I like that. And then I'm going to go tools, chop, lazy. Okay, hit chop. I'm thinking what I'm probably going to need to do is double up on this intro, and then I want to come in and edit the drums for this section. I'm going to delete them. I'm going to copy them.
Somebody has just asked me how one makes records. And frankly, I cannot answer this question.
All right, so we got those ones in. So now I want to start sequencing the second half of the track, which is just going to be, you know, your general sort of hip hop tropes, dropping things in and out. But I've also got these other tracks to play with as well. So again, just cleaning it up.
And this comes mainly as a result of.
So we're going to have 2 repeats of kind of the main one. I'm going to chop all of the bass out and kind of every other kick drum. So I'm going to have to chop this up.
And this comes mainly as
into 2 separate bits to actually get it to all fit in. Do I just add 1 extra bar on there? Different, changes things up quite a bit. And then would be going back to 2 more of them.
And this comes mainly as a result of hard practice and experience. One must at all times keep cool and totally disregard all outside influence.
Cool. And then I just need to figure out something to add for that last 5th bar. How to end this one. Oh, that's right. Forgot I had this ending already. Cool.
Cheerio, everybody.
All right, so now I'm pretty happy with the arrangement as it is. I'm now going to record and perform it in, and then it'll be off to a quick mix and master. So let's go.
Somebody has just asked me how one makes And frankly, I cannot answer this question. Mainly as a result of hard practice and experience. One must at all times keep cool and totally disregard all outside influence. Cheerio, everybody.
There we go. That's the beat. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you tune back in next week for another one. And catch you then.